Yes, just about a few days to halving. Which is my camera? This one, that one. Just about a few days to halving, right? A few days. What's today? Saturday. By next week, Saturday is going to be Bitcoin halving, the fourth or the third halving. Hold on. Let me confirm that. One, two, three, four. It's going to be the fourth halving, and Bitcoin miners' reward will be cut in half. Have you bought Bitcoin? Have you stored your inflationary naira, dollar, pounds in the strongest, the hardest currency that cannot be debased? All right, let me call it just assets that cannot be debased. Have you? I'm asking you. Okay, relax. My name is Oluwasegun, and we are back on DAS, Digital Assets Show, the Internet Money Podcast. I'm very happy. I have a special guest today. And it's going to be a wonderful conversation. I wanted to come to the studio and just, banter with my viewers. The last time I really enjoyed it, somebody called me from Castina. I really love it. So if you can see the number on the screen, you can still call me today. I'm willing to talk to you. I want to talk to you about Bitcoin halving, the importance, because next week we're having a halving event. For those of you that don't know, the date has been set back by 2 days. It's now 20th of April, Saturday. It was supposed to be a Monday, but we didn't want to do a stale event, or we didn't want a situation whereby, because it's going to be a Monday, people won't be able to attend. So we moved it back to Saturday. So it's on Saturday, 11 a.m. prompt. You should be here. Pop Central, Bitcoin halving, the first one ever in Nigeria. You're welcome to DAS once more. What's the price of Bitcoin today? Real quick. Bitcoin price is $67,000, 222. Yeah, dollars. $222. $67,222. Crazy. Doing well. I love it. What's the market cap of Bitcoin? The market cap of Bitcoin is $1,332,491,000,000. And in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has dipped about 2%. Yeah, we know that. In the last 7 days, maybe dipped about 1.30%. Just about an hour ago, Bitcoin fell like domino, 0.59%. Anyway, in fiat terms, Bitcoin itself don't fall. When you buy Bitcoin, you buy some set of binary numbers that never move. 8 decimals. It will never move. 100 million sats makes one Bitcoin. I always tell you, 60 kobo makes one naira. 100 million sats makes one Bitcoin. If not be 100 million sats, not be one Bitcoin. Pay attention. It's crazy, and it's absolutely interesting that the market cap of Bitcoin, a 14 years old digital asset, is now bigger times 2.5 of Nigeria's entire market value. Mado. Bitcoin is bigger than Nigeria 2.5 times in market value. If Bitcoin were to be a company as the apex cryptocurrency, people would do business with Bitcoin faster than they would do with Nigeria. If they put all the pros and cons on both sides, Niger and Bitcoin, people would choose Bitcoin over Nigeria. Decentralized money cannot be censored, cannot be debased. There is a virtual asset service provider guideline. License will be issued pretty soon by SEC, Security Exchange Commission of Nigeria. Nigeria wants to take 10% of your money, my money, when you dispose of your cryptocurrency, Bitcoin on top of the food chain. Are you ready? Nigeria is about to be fully awake. Chasing Binance, they won't collect 26 billion from Binance. You think it's not play? Wake up, collect your money. Aha. And on that note, let me welcome my guests, Mr. Efosa Ighodaro. Thank you. The name safe carry weight.
Thank
and
you.
I love
your Spanish.
You know what I mean? No, it sounds rich.
Yeah.
It don't sound no Spanish.
It means
wealthy.
God's wealth.
God's wealth. So I don't even know, but that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Founder, CEO, Hash Greed.
Thank you.
You're welcome to Digital
Thank you,
Access Show.
Shegun, for inviting me here.
Yes, you're welcome. For those people that don't know you, in just like 30 seconds, give us a background of who you are, what you were doing, and what you're doing now.
All right, my name is Efosa Ighodaro, founder, CEO of Cross Blockchain, and um, known as the Krosscoin project. And then that Krosscoin project has Cross Blockchain, has HashGrid, has HashPay, has HashGrid domain. So these are the four, like the Votron that makes the Krosscoin project. So HashGrid is just one of it. So we started Crosscoin project. It wasn't a blockchain yet; it was a token in 2017. And before then, I was in. I was born and bred in Nigeria, Lagos. Went to Unilag, did biochemistry, graduated 2007. The next year, I was in the US, and then started. I actually planned to come to US to study finance, to just educate myself properly, because I discovered that we didn't know anything about money. All of us graduates didn't have any special skills. We didn't even have any skill.
No,
So
guess
I
what?
said,
Guess what? I tell people all the time. When they were teaching us home economics, lava and puba and all
Thank
those
you.
things, telling us to bring stove and you will fry egg and teach us we eat it, they were already educating Mark Zuckerberg,
Exactly.
Elon Musk, and the rest of them
Yeah.
in code writing.
Thank you.
And so we got our education strategy and system wrong from the jump in
Exactly.
Nigeria and in
Yes.
Africa at large.
Exactly.
So I catch that joke.
Yes, exactly. So I said, you know what? I'm not doing no masters, no PhD. I want to understand the world I'm in, and I want to, create, bring out my own contribution to it. So I self-taught myself in finance. I entered into forex trading, and that really helped me because after I started the first forex community on Facebook, on social media, Facebook, Skype. I was the one that brought forex to the internet. And then after that, I did got a commodity traders license in US, and then just on the way to opening a CTA, the commodity traders something fund, just like a fund, that advisor, right? So along that way, my friend told me about Bitcoin. This was 2015. I mean, actually saw Bitcoin 2011 for the first time. I was trading. I was in the office. I
This
was looking at
interests
it.
me. Your Bitcoin story.
Yeah,
Let them know.
exactly. Yeah, and then I was like, they're not going to let these people live. Like, who is starting a new cryptocurrency, a new currency in America? And so I just pushed. It's like a regret, but no longer.
We
Regret.
all have that story.
Yeah, we had that wonderful story. So, cut long story short, we 2017, 2016, I bought Ripple, and then I said, okay, people buy Ripple. This is a no-brainer. This is going to because Ripple was partnering with banks in Asia. So I said, okay, these guys have partnerships. The coin is several zeros to a number. I said, this is the floor. The floor cannot be more than this. Just buy it. So bought it. But I bought mine. The thing went 10x first. I used it to fix my car, and then I wasn't in the market anymore. So 2017, I was in Maryland doing an Oracle database course, and then somebody I had known in Dallas called me and said, "Hey, Fosa, Ripple is now 40 cents." I said, "Which Ripple? Ripple XRP?" He said, "Yes, from 0.0066 to 40 cents." I'm like, he said, "Fosa, how can we get in?" So I said, "Okay, how much do you have?" He said, "Okay, I have $10,000. Okay, I have 25% of profits." He said, "Okay, let's play." So 3 weeks from that day, we had tripled our money to $30,000. So I took my 25%, bought all the pre-sale I could find. They all doubled. So I had $25,000. I said, you know what, let's start. I'm not going to be buying people's coins. This is the new internet looking at me right now. So
You're gonna
am I going
create
to be
yours.
buying people's coins? I'm going to create my own, structure, my own structure. So I created, Krosscoin on the Waves blockchain. It was very funny. Like imagine just creating your own currency, typing zeros, one, tens, 1 billion. So and then, but it was stable. I was just, seeing where that will lead to. But I had a product from the forex side that I was developing. So I said, okay, I'll just bring a product into this thing, put my KSS coin inside the product, try to just make it work. And then that's how we started. So, and then 2018, the thing crashed, and we just kept in because, we just saw that this is the future. All the benefits of decentralized payments, all the community, the governance, everything is just different from the Web2 world. So we decided to just stick in there, and then came to Nigeria 2019 after 11 years. I said, okay, let me try to push my product, and then it was $1 to 360 naira. So cut long story short, that product didn't work out because the yield wasn't beating Nigeria's inflation. I said, okay, let's build core blockchain thing. Let's just build core on-chain everything. No Web2 app trying to bring a token inside. Let's build something that could make people sign documents, store files on the blockchain.
And that's why it came
And
up
that
with
was HashGrid, exactly.
All right, hold your thoughts. Hold your thoughts. Thank you very much for that. For those people that know me, you know I am a 100% Bitcoin max, and I do not shitcoin. Yes. But I've always said it that if you're doing something that is intelligent, something that is special, and because I am Nigerian and we're trying to build a community, I will give you a platform for expression. And I love this story. I love how you touched upon different experiences before you now said, you know what, we're going to stop doing this tokens and coins thing and try to do real world stuff. And that's where I'm going to come next.
Yeah.
My concern is, why not Bitcoin? Because people will naturally ask, why Bitcoin? You know, but I'll just say, why not Bitcoin? You know, because I think that the stuff that didn't work out because it wasn't Bitcoin. And maybe because it wasn't backed by real world assets or by something substantial. That's the problem I have with multiple coin creation. So, but I'll let it slide because I'm a man, and I'm glad about HashGrid.
Yeah.
When I read your posts on HashGrid, tokenization is what I've always campaigned for, because, I mean, even though I'm like, tokenize it on Bitcoin, anything you want to do, right? I'm looking at the 4th mainland bridge that is going to be built, and we can just tokenize that.
Exactly.
We can tokenize Gary and, you know, tomatoes.
Yes. Large farms,
you know,
all kind of stuff.
And you can back it up by Bitcoin. There's a taproot technology that can help you do smart contracts, etc. You know, and I think Blockstream, yes, you can do something like that. I think Blockstream, it's a Bitcoin infrastructure company, co-founded by Adam Back. Adam Back is one of the people that Satoshi Nakamoto, the innovator of Bitcoin, referenced in the white paper.
In the white paper,
Yes, I think it was Ash Cash that Adam Back worked on, a revised one. You know, those are the historical journey of the blockchain before Satoshi Nakamoto now, you know, made it a reality with Bitcoin. I want to ask you, how did you get to that point to say we are going to be tokenizing real world assets? Because that's what sparked my curiosity. And I realized that Nigerians can be empowered and enriched to participate in real estate investments, even at the smallest level, and in other whatever it is, even talent.
Thank you very much.
But while you're answering this question, I would like you to be thinking about my next question, which is going to be about Bitcoin, right? But I want you to answer this question: what's in for Nigerians, and how did that idea come up, and what's next?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. And so, like I said, HashGrid was just to store documents, certify documents on the chain, and then just coincided. I got the idea for HashGrid January 4, 2021, and then by January 15, development has started already. And I said, you know what, I'm hearing NFT everywhere. Just add NFT auction to what we are doing, you know. So they added it to it. I said, okay,
that's your development team.
Yeah, exactly. So they added it and everything. I didn't know what NFT was. HashGrid was already done at the end of the month, January 30th, and live. I said, okay, I just paid an artist.
And the non-fungible tokens craze.
Exactly, it was out there, yes, you know.
Immediately after the lockdown, actually.
Yes.
2020, 2021,
exactly.
We picked 21 actually.
21, yes, it was crazy. So, I got an artist, draw this pastor, draw this other person. Octadola was one of them. So just let's tokenize, let's
Oh,
let's do
wow.
an NFT for
In Nigeria?
I'm telling
That
you,
happened?
yes.
Did people buy?
And yes, and then I put the ad on Instablog, and I tagged, I said, this is his first NFT. It's $10,000 for this NFT, but it's going to be donated to his charity of choice. Just playing with the stuff.
And somebody bought it.
What?
Somebody bought
Nobody bought it. Nigerians really cool the whole thing on Instablog, But I was just like, some people say, "Oh, this is a good idea." Some people say, "Somebody can just go under the bridge, pay 20,000 naira, they'll just drive." So I said, "Okay, I'm getting that." But then, so I said, "Okay, all the team, let's go study about NFT. Let's take one or 2 days, read up, send your links, whatever you find, put it on the group. Let's read up." So I said, "You know what? We created something amazing. We need to know what is the feature of this stuff." So I kept on, because then it was very, very, then you have to really think very well for like months to know what this thing can do. And then I started okay, okay, real estate is one of it. People started, okay, the functionality of it, and people can come together and own this stuff. So along the way, it all started building up. So later that year, I said, okay, let's us do real estate. But real estate didn't actually come to me by just thinking. I actually had a dream that we tokenize $1 million real estate. So I woke up, I said, okay, I'm going to try to find a house that costs that amount. I talked to my neighbor and did all that. So just playing with it, just trying to make sure that it connects to the earth real one, and I see people's reaction. I say, okay, this can work and everything. So that was what we did throughout 2021. We did some art NFTs, of course. We're just adding categories on HashGrid. HashGrid has 14 categories, but the upgrade is going to have 27. So at the end of the day, we put rice NFT there, beans NFT, food NFT.
Oh, wow.
We built an e-commerce marketplace on HashGrid called Hash Deals. Hash Deals is like a super DApp.
Okay, so this is very interesting, but I have a problem still.
Yeah.
My problem is authenticity, verification. What is it backed by?
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
Because as a Bitcoin maxi, what comes to my head is busting scams, ensuring that people get protected, people's money get protected. I don't want people to come on the show and then, we bought into the idea because of the show. Millions of people are watching.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you have that you're leaning back on? Are you SEC regulated? What licenses are you working with? I know VASP licenses has not been issued, but tell me what type of relationship you're already building to be able to play on this level. And this is me assuming that you're playing on that level, but my realest concern is verification, authenticity. What's going to protect people's money? Because truly, once it takes off, it can become a multi-billion-dollar, engagement.
Exactly.
But Nigerians would definitely want to know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just go straight into the asset side, because actually on HashGrid, we're the first NFT marketplace in the world to have authenticity. They had FireHash and that IPFS on HashGrid before OpenSea did theirs 6 months after that. So the NFTs on OpenSea
before OpenSea.
Yeah. Okay. So before OpenSea did IPFS and even hash of the artwork, it was just a JPEG. We're just flaunting as NFT. On HashGrid, it was already certified on the blockchain. The hash of that, if you uploaded a picture on HashGrid, that picture had the hash. If somebody else put in the same picture, it will reject it. So that wasn't on OpenSea. But when we go to the assets, so right now, like I said, we before the show started, when the SEC brought out this rule in 2022, they wanted 500 million minimum for the working capital and everything. So we faced it head on. People were complaining on LinkedIn and this is bad, this stuff. I said, let's just go ahead and move forward. So we did that. Got my co-founders. God bless them. They brought assets together and we filed it with the SEC.
Because you can actually file.
Yes.
It's either you have the 500 million in cash or in assets.
Yes.
Now it's about $1 billion.
Billion, exactly. Yeah. So we did that, and then we registered. So I said, okay, let's just register for ICO filing, because you can do 20 times your working capital. So let's register this, and then we can do 10 billion ICO. And then we're working on that. We did all that submission, and then they said, okay, 2023, they said, okay, let's put you guys in a cohort for 12 months. We started applying for that. The thing officially started in May 2023. All the way to August, we got approved for the second stage of assessment. I had to demonstrate tokenization to SEC. We had several Zoom meetings. Then November 14, one of my best day, 2023, I just got that beautiful email. You are approved for the SEC cohort. So we're all very, very happy. So what that means is that the SEC is regulating us, and we are allowed to tokenize real estate, because we showed the SEC that we can do everything. We did everything. We did equity, we did music, we did movies, we did POS NFTs. We funded POS operators with liquidity. We did all kind of NFTs. But if you say, you know what, this is just a lot. Just do real estate, and then if you guys show us how it's done, did very well,
We
then
can
you can
approve
now
it for other stuff.
all that stuff, yeah. So that's what we're doing right now. So right now we're expecting to have an offering approved, because we have an offering we want to bring to the market, but we have clients who have offerings as well. So one of our clients, I don't know if I mentioned the name here, but we have an offering.
I mean, feel free.
Okay. So they're a real estate company. They have 2,000 square meters of land in Alaro City. They're tokenizing it, and then they use that fund.
Oh, that's millions of dollars.
Exactly.
project.
Yeah. So it's going to be $600,000 tokenization for the first stage. First is just to distribute the land ownership. They use the funds to add another 3,000 square meters, making 5,000 square meters. Then second tokenization will be at 10 billion naira to do the whole dry entertainment, stuff they want to do there.
Okay.
So just like it's a recreational real estate,
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
You're gonna hold your thoughts. We got to go make some money. I have to go on
Okay.
break. My
Great.
producer have been telling me that, but I'm just so into what you're saying.
Okay.
My curiosity is making me enjoy the conversation. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation too. All right, Das will be right back. Welcome back to Das, my people. Now, what? Huh? I said this is the only show that brings you that one-stop education when it comes to cryptocurrency, fundamentals, Bitcoin on top of the food chain. And we're going to be having a Bitcoin halving event on Saturday at Pop House on the 20th. No more on the 22nd, on the 20th. What is Bitcoin halving? You may have been hearing halving everywhere. What is Bitcoin halving? Bitcoin halving is that process that cuts Bitcoin miners' reward in half. There is a block subsidy of 6.25 that Bitcoin miners get every 10 minutes, right? But today, as we speak, in the next 7 days, that block subsidy reward that goes to Bitcoin miners, 6.25, will be cut in half and will now be 3.125. Historically, it has been like that. In November 2012, about November 28th to be precise, it was 210 blocks. After every 210 blocks, that's pretty much after 4 years, is when Bitcoin halving happens. And it was cut to 25. The first ever Bitcoin halving was 50 to 25. That's because the block reward for the first halving was 50 BTC. Imagine you were mining Bitcoin at that time. 50 BTC every 10 minutes,
Dang.
right? Come into circulation. And then after 4 years, November 28, 2012, it got cut in half to 25 BTC. And then on the 9th of July, 2016, after 4 years, that's after 210,000 blocks. A block comes up every 10 minutes. It got cut from 25 BTC to 12.5 Bitcoin. That's 50%. All right. And then another 50% after that in 2020. You heard Bitcoin price go up. Boom. And that's how we got to 6.25. It's going to be cut in half again by the 20th of April. This is a significant event because Bitcoin will now be more scarce and the price will go up. Let's bet it. So, I mean, this is not financial advice, but it's advice of life. Buy Bitcoin. Do something for yourself. Naira is inflationary. Over 30% of inflation is on the Naira right now as we speak. So when you save Naira in the bank, it's practically not going to be breathing. It will be losing energy. It's like something is draining the your drum of water. You're fetching water into a drum, but it's leaking somewhere. So the drum it will never get full. It's not leaking fast where you would discover it's leaking tiny, and it's wetting the ground, right? There's food inflation, there's transportation inflation, there's inflation on everything. So if you have 10 million naira in the bank just about 4 years ago, check what that 10 million naira is now. What's the value? It has lost so much value. And naira is backed by the dollar, right? Dollar is losing crazy amount of value too. Bitcoin don't even mess up dollar. One Bitcoin is, when we started the show, it was $67,000.
Yeah.
What is it right now? Okay, if a little drop, it's $66,900, about $67,000 still. That same Bitcoin was less than 18 naira some time ago, when it wasn't even up to $1. So about 4 years ago, Bitcoin was just about how much? Maybe like 5,000, 3,000. It depends on the month of the year. 9,000, as low as even 20,000. 2 years ago, it was $16,000. Today, $67,000. What are you storing your money in? What are you storing your energy in? You work so hard. Transportation, all the knowledge that you put down. At the end of the day, you get paid. That money get debased if you put it in a bank. It won't grow. And you can't really use that money for something good. You have to want to convert it to US dollars so you can buy one or two things. It's like somebody sucking your blood. So when I come here every week and you haven't taken action, it hurts me. When we started the show, Bitcoin was about $30,000. So if you had bought, even if it's just 100,000 naira worth of BTC, by now you would have gone very far. Keep that money that you don't want to lose. That money that you don't want to be seized or censored. That money that you would like to use for something great in the long term. That money that you would like to use to protect your future, your wealth, keep it in Bitcoin. If you have money that you want to use to buy jeans, cars, and things that depreciate, but they are material stuff of life, you can keep it in something else. Use your head, though. It still does. My brother.
Yeah.
Efosa.
Yeah.
You're looking good.
Thank you,
the
man.
business is booming.
Yeah.
So now, since
Doing
you've
our
been
best.
back to Nigeria, we're
Yeah.
talking about, your experience, abroad and came back. Since
Yeah.
you've been back to Nigeria and you got engaged with SEC,
Yeah.
and now you are in the cohort, right? Even though I don't know where that cohort is, I'm worried. But,
Yeah.
I hope that Nigeria will not make a mistake of just bringing a few people together and not opening up the market to people who can really, really participate. If not, what do we do is drive the market back into a black market. You approve a few people. This is a decentralized ecosystem business. You might get into trouble if you don't give a chance to the P2P OTC guys and the other smart developer fingers in different corners. And they're just going to be sucking up your economy.
Exactly.
And you may not be able to tax them because you can't find them. Like, the problem will now be worse than what you have with the BDCs, and you have these other guys that are not registered on the streets, right? That's what you're trying to curb. You know all of these things, I believe. And ash greed, again, that's my concern. Tokenization of real world assets. It seems like you're about to be the first to leapfrog that in the Nigerian market. Do you realize how major this can be? Is there a timeline? And how do people participate? Where do they participate? Or it's still in the work? Is it ready, or it's just still in the work? Then I will ask you about your funders. If you can put all of this together, who are your funders? Who are the people backing what you're doing up? And are you going to be paying the 150 million naira and getting yourself prepared to show that you have 1 billion paid up capital or working capital?
Yeah. Thank you very much for this question. So tokenization is very, very important. Like you said, we're the first asset tokenization NFT marketplace in Africa. So we're already ready. We did a lot of development 2021, 2022. we had to innovate, bring out new ways to make sure the NFTs go faster. And there's still more platforms we're going to bring to ensure that the NFTs can be disseminated. People can just do it yourself, mint your NFT right from right from the smart contract. And we even created Hash Naira, which is a stablecoin Naira. So let's say knows all this. We did Hash Pay. People can view the NFTs on Hash Pay, transfer the NFTs, all kind of stuff. So we've been building, right? Now, this is going to be very good for Nigerians because, like you were saying, we have a fiat currency that is, and I love the analogy, is leaking pretty much. But people have been growing despite this leakage. What are the people that have been growing? The producers.
Yes.
Otedola the other day, I just like mentioning his name. The guy just, does smart things. Now, he bought Gerego Power Station from the government in 2013 for 158 or 138 million dollars. Then it was 150 for just about 20 billion naira in total, right? Now that was 2013. Now it's worth 2.5 trillion. They made a gross of 80 something billion naira profit revenue. Net profit was about 16 billion naira last year, but their market cap is 2.5 trillion, recognized, and that brought him back to billionaire status. So about 1,900% growth from an asset that generates power. Naira fell 1,000% from that time, but this asset grew 1,900%.
Crazy.
About 90, yeah. So several multiple, is it 1,919? Very, very large growth, right? So that shows that if all the Nigerian people put their fiat money, invest in assets, until now, you have to have big money to start anything.
Yeah.
But through tokenization, we bring those big assets, those pricey assets, break it down into units, into small chunks, so that you can own it with 100 naira, 1,000 naira. You can own a piece of it. 10 people can own 1,000 naira each. The student body in Nigeria can own one NFT each, and then together we can own power station generating power. Just whatever they are doing, whatever Dangote is doing, 2 million Nigerians can do it.
When you pull funds
together.
That's where the problem is. People are concerned because these are things that happen in DeFi, right? Yield farming, liquidity pooling, liquidity providers, asset providers, and then people who invest in that assets. What verification system do you have in place to ensure that people's money would be utilized for what it's supposed to be? And how would people's yield be paid out? That's the concern of Nigerians. If you notice, most of my question is around how people will be protected and benefit. And I'm not trying to do the work of SEC and police you. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. My own is to give a platform for expression for people who are doing wonderfully well. If you see this is not paid, right? I didn't charge you for ad. You want to do this on CNN, on Arise TV, you'll cut your neck, my brother. So this is with sincerity of purpose. How would Nigerians benefit from actually I know that, okay, I can use my 10,000 naira to tokenize, for example, say the entire Lekki Phase 1, right? We want to tokenize the bridge, the Ikoyi bridge, right? And people want to be a part of it. Nigerians in Kaduna, in Abuja, right? Can you paint a quick seconds process of investing and taking profit? That's one. Don't forget, verification process. How would people verify that these assets actually exist and their money won't be used for the other things that are not right?
Thank you. So that's why we have the SEC. The blockchain also helps to ensure that these assets the verification is on the chain forever, right? So these are how the process works. There's an asset on the ground already, right? The developer has an asset, he wants to sell it. But this from the supply side, they want to bring liquidity to the asset and sell it off. From the demand side, we want to own this asset because it will go up in value, right? Now, when you come in, you register on the platform, we do your KYC and everything, right? You convert your Naira. Your Naira goes straight to our asset management partner firm called Future View Group,
Okay.
So the
Okay,
money,
you have
we
an asset management
yes,
partner.
yes,
All right.
and the SEC knows about this as well. So the money goes straight to Future View Group. They hold the money. When the target amount is raised, right? Then before then would have gone to the issuer. That's the person who owns the asset, who wants to sell it, who wants to do, and then we verify the ownership of the asset. We verify everything, right? Get that verified, because that's just the riskiest part of the whole thing. Once that is verified, everything done, SEC will also check it, also everything is right. Then the contribution starts. So the money goes to the Future View Group. They hold the money, and then after the poly has gone, now you have to have the access through the hash naira. So you use, now we have a partner bank. Tango CBN Brother wrote just straight away after the cohort. You can partner with the bank. So you send your naira to the partner bank. Then we verify that on the app. We send you hash naira, because you can only use tokens to access the smart contract. So with that hash naira,
So when somebody bring money in,
Yeah.
you convert that money to a token.
yes,
Yeah,
to
right.
token naira, yeah.
Stable
coin.
So what's the okay to the stable coin?
Stable coin
What and what's the stable coin backed by?
So the stablecoin now is just a means of, it's just a transit thing. Right now, it's not used for payments on the broader scale. We'll do that with CBN later on. Now it's just to get you to access the investment that you want to do. So when you buy, when you send your naira to, let's say you send 10,000 naira to CBN to the bank, right? Now, and we see that we send you 10,000 hash, because one hash equals to 1 naira. So the naira is with the bank, the hash is with you. Then you use that hash to access to get your NFTs, your tokens, because we're already broken down the assets into tokens. And then so the naira moves from that bank to the asset management company. When the money has come up, right? Then of course we have to destroy the hash naira and then send the actual naira to the developer, the person who wants to dispose of the asset. So, and then you have your tokens, and the money goes to the developer or the owner of the asset. So now that asset is registered on the blockchain, verified. All the documents necessary that shows that asset exists will be on the blockchain as well. And you have your tokens. Let's say we value the asset into 1 million tokens, and you bought 5. Let's say one token equals 1,000 naira. It's a billion naira asset. You bought 5 tokens. You had 5,000 naira. You have 5 tokens. Those 5 tokens will be on your HashPay wallet, and that will be on other wallets that are built on our blockchain. You can check the Explorer, see your tokens there, but on the HashPay wallet. And then that's your proof of ownership. That gives you access to voting. When we're discussing about the assets, when the asset is generating revenue, right? Your address is registered on the smart contract.
Okay,
the address.
so I was going to ask you, hold your
Yeah.
thoughts. I was going to ask you about what's going to be happening to the
asset,
assets.
yes.
So that there won't be proliferation of tokenized assets
Yeah.
without
Any
value yield.
Yes.
Right. So I understand that part. People don't understand that part at home. I like that part. So what mainly is on ground now, and when is Ashgrade going to open up for Nigerians to participate? You mentioned you already have a deal with a real estate
development
firm,
company, yeah.
right? You have a relationship with an asset management company, and
Yes.
definitely a financial institution.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm curious about when are you going to get set? Your funders. Are you ready? You need a billion. You need a billionaire working capital. Are you ready? Because you need to be able to show that you have the capacity for people to actually trust you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So you have the floor to ensure Africa is over 17
Yes.
countries.
Can
Listen to you.
Yeah. So before this new rule, the cohort has started already. So and during and then it was 500 million naira, which we satisfied, right? So that condition remains for us in the cohort up till when the cohort finishes, and then we then register with the 1 billion and stuff. So we already have partners working on that.
So because you
Yeah.
scaled through that, the
Yes.
150 million
Yes.
don't apply to you.
No.
Okay, so you're just going to be able to show that you have a 1 billion working capital
Yeah, after the cohort.
after the cohort.
Yes, because that's when you register and actually get the license.
So you're still going to register with the 150 million anyway?
We still have to pay that money.
Okay. Well, I get it.
So right now, when it comes like a sandbox period, a testing period where we just demonstrate it. Yeah. So we have offerings. We have an active offering right now with the SEC. There are several coming up to their desk, but one, because this is from that rule, it takes them 30 to 35 days to get back to you on your white paper. So by April 25, we make it about 35 days, and this offering is straight cut, very just what they say, like just a very straight cut into tokenization. But you see, the bit about, like you said, assets. The bit about this thing is that Africans, Nigerians have the opportunity to invest at the earliest stage. That's the power of this thing, right? We focus on early stage things because these things will go up in value year after year. Yeah. And when you own production assets, then you are insulated from inflation. You see, and that's wealth creation. You see, for example, if you're in a desert or in a farmland somewhere, and the next human being was 10,000 miles away from you, what do you think you need more? Do you need cash, 1 million naira cash, or you need seeds of corn and tomatoes? You need seeds. You need to put those seeds on the land, create value with food, survive, and then when people start coming to you, you can give them the cash because they need to pay that cash to you to get the seed. If you're in the North Pole, and somewhere with ice everywhere, no human being in sight, do you need cash or you need ice, cold, hot tea? You need hot tea, not going to survive first. So Nigerians need to focus on owning survival assets.
Yeah, storing your money in something that don't really debase what can beat inflation. I recommend Bitcoin.
Yes.
But I love what you're doing. I really, really love what you're doing. And for some, because of time, time has gone so fast. Just in about 1 hour, we've said a lot of stuff. Wow. I definitely would like to bring you back. I have a few things to say, but I would like to ask you to say your last words. I'd like you to look into your camera.
Oh, okay. This one?
And no, that's your camera over there. And and talk to the government, talk to the corporate bodies, talk to individual Nigerians about the Bitcoin blockchain, about the ecosystem that is building up. Of course, with the mindset of tokenizing everything, Ashgrid, what you're doing. Say that thing that you would like to say you would rather say if you have the opportunity to address the nation and spark their curiosity positively towards paying attention to this industry that is being birthed. Imagine this is going to be played at the Federal Executive Council for the president to see and say, okay, I need a young man to represent the youth, and to say something that would just convince me. You have about 60 seconds.
All right. So, the Africans, blockchain technology has come for advantage to leapfrog the rest of the world. Every continent, every country, major country had their own advantage. The US, the West had slavery and everything, used that, colonization. China used big population, cheap labor, right? Africa has resources, but you can see that we need to fund ourselves to develop those resources. So blockchain technology allows many people to come together to fund themselves. If you hold a fist, like if you put your fingers into a fist, it has impact, right? But if you cut your fingers into 10 places and scatter it on the ground, there's no impact. So we need to fold our fist like this and give a punch to poverty. When we come together and create our own rice mill, the price of rice will come down. We create our own oil depots, create our own whatever is giving us issues anywhere. We create it. We create new things. We need funding from our own AI chip factory. We need petrochemicals. We need polymers. We need steel companies. We need a whole lot of things. And these are opportunities. So instead of trying to jump out of the country, let's come together, fund these developments at the earliest stage because these things don't exist. When you do that over time, 5-7 years, you would have converted these things. Will go to the stock market and be trading multiples of their revenue. That's how you create wealth. So wealth creation is for everybody. Come together, join our platform, Hashgrid Domain. Just later on, you'll find us on LinkedIn. Join our platform, join our Telegram group at Hashgrid NFT, and join us. We're doing something wonderful. Your money is secured. SSA guarantees that your money is secured. The money is going to be, insurance is there on every asset. All the contractors building what we are going to own together are all licensed. So before any money is paid out that we've pulled together, the person has insurance. Bonded contractors, everything is tight, secured. We're going to make sure that you know how to secure your NFTs because it's mainly non-custodial. So we're going to remind you every minute on how to save your store your tokens well.
And that's enough advert time.
Thank you, my brother.
I really appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
You will not come to my show without telling me what Bitcoin is to you.
Yeah, Bitcoin, yes.
So you have another 15 seconds while
Yeah.
I close the show.
Yeah.
What is Bitcoin to you?
Bitcoin is God's weapon of prosperity because that blockchain technology changed the world. So Bitcoin is this icon, is the icon of the new age, is the icon of our advantage. And hold Bitcoin, hold assets, both of them are going to go up.
Wow. And that's my highlight. I should have asked this question from the beginning. That was the fire highlight of the show. I want to thank you so much for coming to the show. Lots of wisdom. We would like to bring you back. Like to see what Ash Grid will become.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. This is greatness. And when you become a multi-billion-dollar company, remember, we put you on television here first. By the time Al Jazeera and everybody start calling you, you remember us here at Pop Central.
I will.
Right? Yes, Oluwasegun will always bring to you whatever it is that matters when it comes to blockchain cryptocurrency in Nigeria. But me, I know they do anything with no past Bitcoin. But of course, I want to see people who are doing fantastically well. These are the billionaires of tomorrow. Are you going to join the train or you will be left behind? Ask yourself a question. Do yourself a favor. Stay out of the debasement of fiat and opt in to the assets that cannot be censored, that goes up forever. God's money. Bitcoin, freedom money. And on that note, I would like to say, Odabo. Oh, don't forget, Bitcoin halving next week, Saturday.
Yep.